Hi, hello, and welcome to my channel, Nami's Classroom. Today we are going to see about logic gates. So first, we will see what is a gate. A gate is something that is present in front of our house, and what is the use of gate? The gate will help us to provide a sort of security, and it also decides who has to come in and who has to go out. It decides whether the person has to come in or come out, has to go out. So similarly, logic gates are those gates which decides whether the digital signals has to be passed through or it should be denied. So logic gates are those gates that help or that decides whether to allow or deny the transmission of data signals through the digital circuits. So we are going to see about different gates in this particular video, and we'll also see about digital signals, analog signals, and we'll also see about the combination circuits in this particular video. So we'll go with the second slide now. So analog and digital signals. What is analog and digital signals? So as I already told, digital logic gates are those gates that allows or deny the transmission of digital signals over digital circuits. So at first we were using analog signals, and because of the drawbacks associated with the analog circuits, we have shifted to digital circuits. So what are the advantages of digital circuits, or what is the difference between analog and digital circuits or digital signals? We will see now. So analog signals, we can see that analog signals are continuous signals and digital signals are discrete signals. So analog signals are continuous signals means the wave is going to be a sinusoidal wave, and in which all the values will be taken into consideration. And but in case of digital signals, we have only two values, zeros and ones, and 1 means high and 0 means low. And analog signals are represented by sine wave, digital signals are represented by square waves. And example for analog signals are human voice. So we know that when we are speaking, the continuous wave is going on, and every word that we are speaking is very important, and if there is any gap in the or if there is any interruptions in the middle, the communication will not be carried out in a proper way. So every alphabet or every word that we are speaking are very important, so it's going to be a continuous signal or continuous wave. So those will come under the analog signals. So examples of analog devices are headphones, speakers, thermometer, and microphone. And for digital signals, we know that in case of computers and any digital devices, we are not allowed to send the data through analog signals. Instead, we have to send the signal in the form of digital signals. So in order to convert the analog signal to digital signal, we have some equipments or we have some devices like ADC, analog and digital converter. The next difference is that in case of analog signals, as I already told, it's going to be hard. It's going to take continuous values, but in case of digital signals, it's going to take the discontinuous values. That means zeros and ones only. And then analog signals record sound waves as they are, and in case of digital signals, it has to be converted into digital waveform. And at last, analog signals can be used only in analog devices. At the same time, digital signals can be used only in digital devices like computers, mobile phones, and all. So examples of digital devices are desktop PC, mobile phone, iPad, MP3 player, digital camera, and so forth. So why digital signal? As I already told you, we were using analog signals, and we have a shift from analog signal to digital signals because of the drawbacks that was present in analog signals. So what were the drawbacks? One of the most important drawbacks in case of analog signal was distortion, noise, and interference. So distortion, noise, and interference was one of the drawback in the case of analog signals. Second is that the digital circuits are more reliable, it is more flexible, and it is very easy to design, and it is cheaper than analog circuits. And in case of digital signal, the processing of digital signal is more secure, and hence more encryption methods can be implemented over the digital circuits. And last one is digital signals can be transmitted over long distances. We know that when we are transmitting a signal like this, with the amplitude of 5 volt after 100 kilometers or 200 kilometers, the strength of the signal will be getting decreased. So this was one of the drawback in the case of analog signals. So when the strength of the signal is getting decreased, automatically there can be chances of loss of data also. So these are the drawbacks in the case of analog signals. So in order to overcome these drawbacks, we have implemented, or we have been using digital signals for a long time. And we'll see how the digital signals are transmitted, or how logic gates will allow or deny the transmission of digital signals over digital circuits. Yes. So logic gates. Logic gates are the building blocks of digital circuit. So logic gates will decide whether the digital signal has to be allowed or denied in the digital circuit. So this is how the logic gates look like, and it is something which is in the form of an IC, and every logic gates will look like this, and every logic gate is having 14 pins, and 7th pin is going to be the ground, and 14th pin is going to be VCC, and the pin configuration of each and every gates are going to be different, but physically when we see the logic gates, every logic gates will look like this. And how we will differentiate the logic gate is, we will differentiate the logic gate based on the number that is been printed on the top of the logic gate. So in this case, you can see SN74L, S04, S04N. So we can just eliminate the alphabets over here. SN you can just eliminate, then LS you can eliminate, and you can eliminate N also. You can see that it is 7404. You just read the number alone, so it is going to be 7404, and for the number 7404 denotes the AND gate. So this gates are made up of thousands and hundreds or thousands of transistors, and these transistors were before the invention of ICs, we were using transistors. So this gate is a combination of many number of transistors. So for every gate there is an input. The input can be one or more inputs it can have, and there will be only one output, and the input can be of two states, one is low and one is high, and output can also be of two states, one is low and one is high. If it is high, the value is 1, and if it is low, the value is 0. And there are 7 types of logic gates: NOT, AND, OR, NAND, NOR, XOR, and XNOR. So in this, NOT, and OR are called basic gates. NAND and NOR are called universal gates, and XOR and XNOR are called the extra gates or additional gates. So we'll go with each and every gate one by one. So first is going to be your AND gate. So in case of AND gate, it accepts 2 input signals. It is not mandatory that it should have only 2 inputs. It can have n number of inputs. So even though the inputs are high, inputs are more in number, there will be only one output, which is going to be X, which is denoted as X over here. So you can see that there are 2 input signals, A and B are the 2 inputs, and the output is going to be X. And there is a Boolean expression that has been available for each and every gate. In case of AND gate, it is going to be X is equal to A dot B. X is going to be A dot B. So A into B. It is same as A dot B, A into B. So you have to multiply A into B, and the value will be equal to X. So we have 4 combinations. Why we have 4 combinations? Because you have 2 inputs. So 2 power n will be the number of combinations. 2 power n is equal to 2 power 2 here. N value is equal to 2. So 2 power 2 we will be having here. So 2 power 2 is equal to 4, and that's why we are having 4 combinations over here: 0 0, 0 1, 1 0, and 1 1. And what is the Boolean expression? X is equal to A dot B. So A into B, it is what we have to do the operation here. A into B. 0 into 0 is 0, 0 into 1 is 0, C1 into 0 is 0, and 1 into 1 is 1. So this is how the operation carries out in case of AND gate. And in case of AND gate, as I already informed you, that we can differentiate the logic gates in terms of the number that is printed on the top of the gate. So in this case it is 7408. You can just eliminate the alphabets and you can take the number alone. 7408 is the number that is mentioned over here, 7408. So the IC number of AND gate is IC 7408. So this is how you have to identify the logic gates based on the number printed on the top of the logic gates. And this is the pin configuration diagram of AND gate, where 1 and 2 are the inputs. 1 and 2 are the inputs and 3 is going to be the output. 4 and 5 are the inputs and 6 is going to be the output. And 7th pin is for every gate. 7th pin is a ground and the 14th pin is a VCC. And here also we have 9 and 10 are the inputs and 8 is going to be the output. 12 and 13 are the inputs and 11 is going to be the output. So your two inputs 1 and 2 pins, this is going to be A and this is going to be B. Second pin it is going to be B and third pin it is going to be the output, which is going to be X. So you can verify any one of the 4 cases by giving the values of 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1, and you can identify what is the output you are getting. This can be done either through physically, also you can do it by using the real-time logic gates. In simulation also we'll be able to do it. And the second gate is going to be your OR gate. So in OR gates also they have it has been shown like we have two input signals A and B, and X is going to be the output over here, and the Boolean expression is X is equal to A plus B. So here it is A plus B. So two inputs are going to get added over here. So you can see that 0 plus 0 is equal to 0, 0 plus 1 is equal to 1, 1 plus 0 is equal to 1, and 1 plus 1 is equal to 1. So you will be getting 1 as output at least when both A and B is equal to 1 or A or B is equal to 1. So in that case you will be getting the output as 1. And here also you can see that the for OR gate the IC number is IC 7432. So here you can see 7432 is the number for IC for OR gate. And this is the pin configuration diagram, same as that of AND gate. 1 and 2 are the inputs and 3 is the output. 4 and 5 is the input and 6 is the output. 7 is the ground and 14 is the VCC. 9 and 10 are the inputs and 8 is the output. 13 and 14 are the inputs and 11 is going to be the output. And this is the logic diagram for your OR gate. It is like an elongated AND gate. So this diagram is going to be like this, something like this. So this is going to be your OR gate. So in case of OR gate, we are using the plus symbol for the Boolean expression, and we are going to add two input signals. So next we will see what is NOT gate. So here we can see that for NOT gate alone we will be having only one input and we will be having only one output. So as we are having only one input, so the total number of combinations will be equal to 0 or 1. If it is 0, the output will be 1, and if it is 1, the output will be equal to 0. So it will be just inverted. So this is the symbol for your AND gate. There is a bubble at the end of the triangular symbol. So this is going to be the logic diagram for the NOT gate, and the IC number is IC 7404, and the Boolean expression is X is equal to A bar or A complement, and in some cases we can write as A bar also. This is both A complement and A bar, both are same. So when you are giving the input as 1, the output will be going to be 0, and when input is equal to 0, the output is going to be 1. So 7404 is the logic gate, NOT gate IC number. So 74, you can see 7404. And here there is a small difference in the pin configuration, as we have only one input and one output. 1 is going to be the input, 2 is going to be the output, 3 is the input, 4 is the output, 5 is the input, 6 is the output, then here 9 is the input and 8 is the output, 11 is the input and 10 is the output, and here 13 is the input and 12 is the output. And as all other gates, 7th pin is going to be your ground and the 14th pin is going to be your VCC. So this is all about NOT gate. We'll go with the universal gates now. The two universal gates are NAND gate and NOR gate. For NAND gate means N-A-N-T, NAND. NAND means not and, not plus and will give you a NAND gate. So NAND gate, it is a combination of not and. So you know that AND gate is like this. AND gate is like this, like a D structure. So and NOT gate will be having an inverter symbol at the end of the triangular symbol. So here this is going to be your and this is going to be your NOT. So NAND and plus NOT will give you NAND gate. So this D denotes the AND gate and the bubble at the end of the D denotes the NOT gate. So it's a combination of NOT and AND gate. And the Boolean expression for this is, we know that in case of AND gate it is A dot B. So in case of NAND gate it's just going to be the inversion of AND gate. So A dot B the whole complement, or it can be A into B the whole bar or AB the whole bar. So for truth table X is equal to AB the whole bar, A into B the whole bar, A into B the whole bar. So you have to multiply A into B and take the inversion of AB. So 0 into 0 is going to be 0 and the inversion of 0 is 1. 0 into 1 is 1, 0 into 1 is 0 and the inversion is 1. 1 into 0 is 0 and the inversion is 1. 1 into 1 is 1, the inversion is 0. So this is how the NAND gates logic, NAND gate truth table works. And the IC number of NAND gate is IC 7400. So you can see it is 7400. You just have to eliminate all the alphabets and take the number alone. That will give you the IC number. And this is going to be the pin configuration, same as that of AND gate or OR gate. 1 and 2 are going to be inputs and 3 is the output. 4 and 5 are the inputs and 6 is going to be the output. 9 and 10 are the inputs and 8 is going to be the output. 12 and 13 are going to be the inputs and 11 is the output. As like other gates, 7th pin is going to be the ground and 14th pin is going to be your VCC. So we'll see the next gate now. It is going to be the NOR gate. NOR gate, and here we have 2 inputs and 1 output. This NOR gate is going to be NOT plus OR gate. So OR gate, we have elongated D diagram, and OR gate along with the NOT. NOT is going to be a bubble at the end of the logic symbol is going to be NOT, and so OR and NOT together will constitute the NOR gate. And we know that in case of OR gate the Boolean expression was A plus B. So now in case of NOR gate it is a NOT plus OR, so A plus B the whole bar is going to be the Boolean expression, and the truth table will be A plus B the whole bar. So 0 plus 0 is 0, the inversion of 0 is going to be 1. 0 plus 1 is 1, the inversion is 0. 1 plus 0 is 1, the inversion is 0. 1 plus 1 is 1, the inversion is 0. And for NOT gate, the IC number is 7402, which is visible over here also, 7402. And in case of NOR gate, there is a small change in the pin configuration. Still now what we have seen is 1 and 2 are the inputs and 3 is the output. So now it is something different. You can see here that in case of NOR gate, 1 is the output and 2 and 3 are the inputs. 5 and 6 are the inputs and 4 is the output. 8 and 9 are the inputs and 10 is going to be the output. 11 and 12 are the inputs and 13 is going to be the output. So there is a small change in the pin configuration diagram in case of NOR gate irrespective of other gates. So next we are going to see about XOR gate. So we know that OR gate is something like this. Something like this is going to be your OR gate. So if you are having an extra line before your OR gate, which is going to be your XOR gate. So this is going to be your XOR gate. So here also we are having two inputs, A, B, and the X is going to be the output. The Boolean expression is A XOR B. A XOR B is equal to A bar B plus AB bar. A bar B plus AB bar. So you have to substitute the value of A, B, A bar, B bar over here, and you will be getting the value of X. So in case of A bar B plus AB bar, when you are substituting the values of A bar B plus AB bar, you will be getting the X value. So in case of XOR gate, A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0 means X will be equal to 0, because you just have to substitute the A and B values in the formula that I have given you, A bar B plus AB bar. So A is 0 means A bar is going to be 1, B is equal to 0 means B bar is going to be 1. So in case of XOR gate, you will be getting 1 as the output. The output is going to be high only when A or B is 1. So here B is equal to 1 and here A is equal to 1. So in case A or B is equal to 1, then the output is going to be high. Here also you will be having the same pin configuration diagram as that of NAND, as that of AND OR gates. 1 and 2 are going to be the inputs and 3 is the output. 4 and 5 are the inputs and 6 is going to be the output. 9 and 10 are the inputs and 8 is going to be the output. 12 and 13 are the inputs and 11 is going to be the output. And as usual, 7th pin is going to be ground and the 14th pin is going to be your VCC. So here also 7486 is the IC number. Here on the top of the IC you can see 7486. So that's all about XOR gate, and the last one is going to be your XNOR gate. So here XOR, the X or the NOT plus XOR is called XNOR. So here you have a XOR gate diagram like this. So if you have a bubble at the end of the XOR gate, it's going to be XNOR gate. So here you can see there's a bubble at the end of the XOR gate. It's going to be XNOR gate. So XNOR is A XOR B the whole bar. A dot B plus A bar B bar. This is a Boolean expression, expansion of XNOR gate. So A into B plus A bar into B bar. So here you are having A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0. So 0 into 0 is 0 plus 0 bar, what is 1 into B bar is 1. So 1 into 1 is 1. So here you are getting the Y value as 1. And similarly, you will be able to get the other cases also when you are substituting the values of A and B in this particular expression. So here the XNOR gate is 74. So there's a small mistake over here. It is not 7486. It is XOR gate. XNOR gate, the value is 74266. Okay, so 74266 is the value of the gate, XNOR gate. So there is a small mistake over here. This value IC 7486 is for XOR gate, and for XNOR gate it is 74266. And the pin configuration has been shown over here. 1 and 2 are the inputs and 3 is the output. 5 and 6 are the inputs. 4 is the output. 8 and 9 are the inputs and 10 is going to be the output. 12 and 13 are the inputs and 11 is going to be the output. So here also there is a small change in the pin configuration diagram. So for both NOR gate and XNOR gate, there is a small change in the pin configuration diagram, and for rest of all the gates except the NOT gate, the pin configuration diagram is going to be same. In case of NOT gate, as you have only one input and one output, pin number 1 is going to be input and 2 will be output, 3 will be input and 4 will be output, and hence it goes on. So the last, this is going to be the conclusion, or this is going to be a summary of all the gates that we have discussed. So in each and every gate you have the symbols, we have the functions, that means the Boolean expression, and the truth table is also been mentioned. So this I denotes it's going to be NOT gate, and some cases we call it as inverter gates, because it is just the inversion of the input. If it is 1, it will be 0, and if it is 0, it will be 1. And they have mentioned a buffer also. So here buffer means whatever you are giving as the input, the output will also be same, but it is not considered as a logic gate, but still it's for your understanding I have mentioned over here. And rest all we have already discussed, and we'll go with the next thing. As I already told you that the logic is not important that the logic gate should have only 2 inputs. It can have n number of inputs. When you have n number of inputs, you have to take the number of combinations which also vary. So number of combinations can be found by the formula 2 power n, and n is the number of inputs. So 2 power n means 2 power 3 in this case, so it is going to be 8. So totally you will be having 8 combinations. So that is why 0 0 0 0 0 1 etc. up to 1 1 1. So totally you will be having 8 combinations. And as we know, the AND gate, it is having the Boolean expression. When it is having 2 inputs, it is A dot B. So when it is having 3 inputs, it is A dot B dot C. So you have to just multiply A into B into C. So 0 into 0 into 0 is going to be 0. 0 into 0 into 1 is going to be again 0. And you will be getting only 1 when all the inputs are 1 in case of AND gate. So this is all about the gates with more inputs, and this is how the construction of gates has been carried out. So we have seen the picture of logic gates. As I already told you, the logic gates are made up of many number of transistors. So what actually is a transistor? This is the diagrammatic representation of a transistor. A transistor consists of 3 inputs: source, base, and emitter. So here you can see it is NOT gate, how the NOT gate is arranged with the help of transistors. NAND gate, this is the arrangement of transistor inside the IC. And for NOR gate, this is how the transistors are arranged to form the logic gates. So the logic gates are just the combination of, or it is it is made up of many number of transistors. So it is possible to make gates with the transistors also. So many transistors combine together to form an IC, and that is why that makes the devices more compactable and lightweight. So last, with the help of logic gates, we'll be able to make combination circuits. So here you can see there is a AND gate, and this also AND gate. This is an XOR, this is an OR gate. So A and B are the inputs given to this AND gate, and D is the output. So for D, it is A dot B will come. D is equal to, this will be the output of D will be, the output of D will be equal to A dot B. A dot B, and the output of this will be equal to, as it is coming from A and one is coming from C, it will be equal to A dot C. So this will be given over the OR gate. So A dot B plus A dot C will be the output over here. So X will be equal to A dot B plus A dot C. Okay, so here you can find the value over here. So X is equal to A dot B plus A dot C. So 0 into 0, it is 0, plus it is going to be A dot C. 0 into 0 is 0. So 0 plus 0, it is going to be 0. So here D value will be equal to A dot B, and E value will be equal to A dot C, and X will be equal to D plus E, because X as it is OR gate is going to be plus D plus C. So 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 0 is 0, and all the case is going to be 0. 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 1, and 1 plus 1 is 1. So this is how the combinational circuits, many combination circuits can be carried out with the help of different logic gates. So this is all about the logic gates. Thank you for watching the video. In the next video we will discuss, or we will see how the logic gates can be implemented over circuitverse software, and in the same video we will also see about the implementation of logic gates using multi-sim live simulation software. So thank you for watching. Keep watching my videos. You can subscribe to my channel, and this is Nami's Classroom. Thanks for watching. Once again, subscribe the channel, share and like the videos. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.